Hi guys,
Hey.
welcome back. So now we get to talk about the wedding.
I'm a wifey. I'm still a wifey.
And I actually haven't caught up with
No.
you about the wedding. So
Well, I haven't seen you, have I?
Well, you've only been back from Gibraltar really a couple of days.
A week ago today was my wedding.
Oh, a week. God, it's
A week
gone
ago,
fast.
hasn't it?
Yeah. So
So even me and Mitch said we left on the Wednesday to go to Gibraltar. We came back on the Saturday evening. Sunday, the children was ill. Monday, I'd booked off work. The children were off school because they were ill. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've been working triple my hours, longer than I was even home before my eldest son, and he does some hours. And then Mitch was ill. So literally, we was just like, oh, hi, husband. Hi, wife. You're right, yeah. This is it.
Nothing's changed. Life resumed back to reality.
It is. My friend said, how's married life? And I was like, I've just been working loads, to be honest. She was like, welcome to that life.
Yeah. Like I say, when you get married after a long time together, like we did as well, it's like nothing really changes. It just feels better because it's like, I'm a wife now.
Yeah, it's weird. It's funny you say that, actually, because the other day I was talking about saying it to a patient and I'd said, oh, yeah, my partner. And I carried on. And, you know, like it's weird, when you think about conversations like after they've happened and the patient was still there, but they were leaving. And I thought, I called him my partner. But I didn't want to go, oh, by the way, he's my husband, he's not my partner. Because they'd be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Well, you've had 20 years of calling him one thing. It's going to take you a while before you start getting used to saying husband.
It's so funny because sometimes I go, my wife. No, she's not my wife, but she's basically my wife. I could just actually say, she's my wife.
I don't have to explain anymore.
The list of what she is. And
I'm not actually lying, but it's kind of true, but it's kind of not true.
Yeah. I've still got the cough. I went from my hen, had no voice. And this is the result. Still, 3 weeks later, I am literally still choking.
So tell me all about Gibraltar, because I've not heard anything. So I've seen some photos and obviously been kept in the loop a little bit.
Yes.
But
so me thinking about it now, a lot of things could have gone very differently in terms of my mood. So I was also due on. Now, anyone knows me, due on, knows I'm a bitch. I can ruin your whole life basically in about.
There's a few days where it's like, we should record and it's planned to, but no.
I've said it. I will. I'm
not recording today.
Yeah, I'm scared of myself actually. Sometimes I am. I just want to lock myself in a room, don't talk to anyone, because I will say things that I don't really mean, but so horribly that you'll hate yourself forever. Like literally, you will cry. So there's a lot of things that could have gone a different way if I was in a different mood.
And especially with something so important, you're already putting that extra pressure on yourself for everything to be perfect. So then to have that mood with that pressure, could be a volcano.
Just starting it off, it was the most amazing, beautiful, intimate, perfect day I could ever have wished for. Like, you know, I think I'd said it on the last pod about how when I talk about my hair and I smile, and I don't know whether to smile, cry, because it was just so amazing. Even more emotion when I think about the wedding, because it really was just perfect for us. It was what it was all about, and that was me and Mitch and love and So we went to Gibraltar. There was 19 of us. Me saying, oh, there's not a lot, but it just turns out my family's obviously big. Yeah. So there was us, there was our parents, there was our siblings, and our nieces and nephews. Yeah.
And your kids.
Yeah. Oh, and my children. Yeah. So, and actually my family. So the boys were Mitch's best man, and Lexi was my flower girl. That's how I was keeping it. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, there was so many times I was thinking about obviously my nieces and nephews but again, you can just go and go and go and go. Yeah. Forever.
And then it gets out of control. Yeah. And it's like you're also having a celebration later. Exactly. So it's like, it's very easy to get carried away. I mean, keep it simple, and that's what you always wanted.
It is
simple.
It really simple. And what
the more things you add, the more things you have to think about as well. So
going back to obviously even like thinking about yous, like my girls and that, like, oh, I want them there. But again, it would have just gone on and on and on and on. And that's why I had to just keep it the way it was, and I am glad I did. Yeah. So the morning of the wedding, we'd already had a lovely time before, because everyone kind of arrived at different times to Gibraltar. So we already had the day before. Yeah. We'd had to go and do like paperwork. Then that experience was, again, if I was in a different mood, probably would have cancelled the whole thing. Because we went into the office to sign the papers. They were lovely. The women were lovely. I'm not digging them out, but it was just a very scatty morning. Very, very scatty morning. They just both obviously had a morning. They're a bit older women as well. And I just, you know, at first when you're like, oh, yeah, this is funny. And then by the end, like,
you're stressing me out and I'm trying to get married tomorrow.
That's where I was at. I was a bit like, I'm not funny. I'm not laughing anymore. Like, come on.
No,
let's
this
get
is
a bit
actually serious for me. You might do this every day, but for me, this is my one time. Thanks.
So there's little parts like that. But me and Mitch were fine. We were just love it. Like, it's fine. Just carry on. You know, when you walked out there first, I was like, that was a bit much, wasn't it? And Mitch was like, yeah, but well done. I was like, well done to you too. We're all good.
We didn't kick off. Happy days.
Yeah, we haven't cancelled the whole thing. Not because of that, just because of them, you know?
Yeah.
So that was lovely. We had a day on our own. Everyone was arriving at different times. So it was really, really, really nice start. On the day, I wasn't getting married until 4. The day before it had changed to 3:30 because the lady went, oh, I'm free from 3. So if you want to do it 3:30, I was like, yeah, we'll do it 3:30. That's it. Said 3:30. Done. Me presuming that everyone would have been informed, like my bouquet, like that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
So it turned out
that you bought a package. So if you're telling one person, you would think that they would communicate it. If they're willing to change the whole thing, the whole time.
It didn't cause a big thing, but obviously at that moment, 3:30, great. So my hair and makeup turns up because in part of this package there was hair and makeup. Again, anyone that knows me knows that I can't do my makeup because I don't wear it, and I can't do my hair. I have literally, again, my girls who does my hair and my makeup, my own makeup artist and my own hairstylist. This is just how it's been for God knows how long. So wherever I go on an event or whatever, they sort me.
I mean, Lexi can do her own hair and makeup much better than you can, so that just goes to show how not good at it you are.
So I had part of this package, hair and makeup. I wanted to give my sister-in-law, who is actually my hairstylist, a day off, basically. Like, you get ready.
Guest.
Yeah, exactly that.
And she's got to get her own kids ready.
Exactly. And she'd ordered in so much for me. Actually, can we just rewind? Because prior to the hair and makeup arriving, my sister-in-law had turned up with loads of different bags and bits and bobs. And in it was a book. And in this book was letters from my nearest and dearest, my children, my parents, my brother, my in-laws, my best friends, my cousins, my nephew. Like, wow, there was a lot of emotion in this book. I think I actually got to I got to your letter. I got past one of the girls and one of my best friends, and I got to Bill's letter, and I was like, I can't. There's not a chance I can do Bill's letter now. Not a chance, because I knew.
To be fair,
what it would.
I was talking to Ashley about when to give it to you, and it sounds lovely to give it to you the morning of, and to read a couple of the letters, like you get in the mood and you get the tingles. But I was like, no, I think like she's gonna be all puffy and like sort. Yeah, you've got time before the wedding, but probably another time.
So I'd had these letters, and I'd open up again. I'd had to put them away. You and Sean had got me like a frame of like a lovely saying about best friends, and then Mrs. Kayla Cook and a photo of us in it, and that was just all these lovely little things that I was opening on the morning. Even Mitch had some letters that people had wrote to him as well, which was really nice because we were still together on that at that moment.
Well, because you didn't do
we didn't sleep separate. We had breakfast together, went for a walk. He literally left just before
you were doing hair
I was going to start getting ready, more or less. And it was just so nice to have that, you know, part of that. So then my hair and makeup came in. That was another thing. Mitch actually rang my sister-in-law and was like, are you in the room with Charlotte yet? And she was like, yeah, why? Just checking so she's not on her own. You know, like all little things like that, which is really nice as well, isn't it? To think of things like that of a man, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So hair and makeup came in. This is where things could have gone different.
Okay.
So bearing in mind, I was trying to give my sister-in-law a day off, but I did ask her to do my daughter's hair because I thought I've got to look at her hair. So if it's not right, it's going to annoy me. So done. So my hair and makeup have started. My makeup's finished. My sister-in-law's done her makeup, her hair, my daughter's hair and her daughter's hair. And my hair's still going, right? And again, if you know me, I can't, that just gives me a headache, just the thought of sitting someone doing my hair. Yeah.
And like, you don't have hair like Sean that's like a mane of loads of hair.
And I don't want a lot. Literally, all I wanted was a very
simple,
messy updo, actually. I know it's not very wedding-y, but that's just how I like it, okay?
quick few curls, whack it up in a bun.
So, but I just think the woman who was doing my hair was getting a bit panicky because I think Ashley had tried to direct her, which Ashley had already said, I hate it when I walk into a wedding
and someone
says, I'm a hairstylist or I'm a hair this.
Yeah.
It puts that pressure on you. And she didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I wanted her to direct the lady because the lady asked me, how do you want your hair? You can imagine I was like,
yeah, no,
I don't know.
Hairstylist.
So she wasn't there at that part. I was like, she's asking me questions about my hair and makeup and I haven't got a clue. She's like, it's fine. I'm in the lift. I'm on the way. So she tried to just direct her of how I would want my hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously halfway through, Ashley's seen my hair and she's like, she ain't gonna like that. So apparently she'd done like a huge quiff at the front, like a huge, like very typical wedding.
Yeah.
But I'm not typical.
You don't want over the top wedding.
Yeah. So she tried to direct her to change it. And apparently obviously I can't see. So apparently she's done more or less the same thing again. And then I could feel my makeup very like sticky. Again, maybe it's just because I don't wear makeup, but usually my makeup artist, love you, Em, is...
You don't feel it.
I don't.
She did my makeup for my wedding and yeah, you just feel like there's nothing on your skin. Yeah. And I got married in a heat wave and even by the end of the evening, people were like, how's your makeup not even budged?
Yeah, so, and it just felt like that you haven't got again. Yeah. So there was all these things. So first I'd gone to the mirror, to the makeup, and they'd said, how do you feel? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. Ashley looked at me and went, you need lashes on. So she hadn't put any lashes on me. So I was like, okay, sat down, put my lashes. The lady put my lashes. I haven't got any glue. Ashley was like, I've got glue. There you go.
Oh my God, imagine.
So put them on. And then there was like a gap in my eyelash. I was like, can you just like fill the little gap? Because I don't really know anything, but I don't think
it's obvious.
I don't think it should be like that.
Oh God.
And again, don't get me wrong, they were great in terms of obviously whatever includes in a package. But I think I was just so used to having a very, very good makeup artist and a very, very good hairstylist, I have to say. I think it just made me appreciate them so much more.
And because they're your close like friends and family, like they know what you want without you even having to say it.
I've never even when I go and get my hair done, I don't have to say anything. I don't really change up anything.
You still wouldn't expect a gap that you then have to tell them.
Yeah. But again, that's just very me. I'm not very good with makeup. I'm not very good with getting my hair done, and it was by someone else. I did put that on myself, and they were great in that way. They were doing their job. It's just what you get used to, I think. Yeah. So I'm not necessarily digging them out. My point was that if I was in a different mood, I was very calm and patient.
Yeah.
So calm and patient. If I was in a different mood, because actually, before Mitch went, I was warned by Mitch. He said he'd warned me and his sister, what did he say? Be nice. That was our warning. Literally, that was how he went, please be nice to the hair and makeup. And I was like, I will. I am going to be nice.
I'm a nice person.
And I think he just thought, if one little thing goes, I will ruin your day.
Well, that is the thing with you. Like, when you hit that mood, it's very difficult to get you out of that mood. Yeah. And like you say, you don't want to be in that mood on that day.
No, and I don't want to put anyone else, I don't want to upset anyone, but when I'm in it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely do not care.
Yeah.
So where I'd sat for 2 hours, obviously, and my hair looked great. It was fine. It wasn't what I asked for, but it did look fine. Do you know what I mean? And all that. So I was all very, very calm. Like, could have gone wrong on a few different times. That was just the hair and makeup. You know when you have what do we the full on shower? You know, like a proper shave, all that kind of thing. So I'd done that on the morning, right? I haven't cut my leg shaving in God knows how long. Do you know how many times I've cut myself on that morning, shaving my legs and that? I could not believe it.
Really?
Literally, I came out of the shower and I was like,
why am I bleeding?
What have I done to myself? Like, this has never happened. And I'm going to be all
the days.
I'm all exposed. And then there was a moment, obviously, with the photographer, and I was just getting ready. She was taking photos, and when I was doing my shoe up, and you can actually see it there on my leg. I got cut. That was from shaving. I'm doing it up, and I was like, "Can you not? You can see my cut my leg. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh no, I'll cover it up. I got my photos back. I was like, you can see the cut on my leg.
You didn't cover it up.
So little moments like that on the day were just in my mind, but nothing ruined anything. I didn't get aggy. It didn't change anything. I was
it's
so
good because I think a lot of brides, like the build up and the stress that you go through, that most people, and then it just comes to a head on the day, and like every little thing is just a massive thing.
And I wasn't like that.
It's very easy to lose it, and I think it's a shame because the brides that end up you know, even stressing and thing on the day, it's like this is your day and you're about to miss it, and it's cost you a lot of money.
And you can't change. The thing is, you can't change how you feel as well. So on the morning, I was worried because I just, again, I wasn't hungry and I couldn't eat, and it was really frustrating me because I was like, Charlotte, you've got to eat.
You're going to pass out.
Exactly that. And I wanted to. I really wanted to, but I just couldn't. So that was the morning of the breakfast. I couldn't eat. Then I'd gone up and had a shower, cut myself to bits. That really wound me up. It was probably good that I went through all the motion of the letters, actually. That probably helped me.
Broke it up a little bit.
It probably did.
Reminded you.
Yeah, just kind of thing, without even knowing it.
No, I think it's a shame when you don't get that, but I was very calm, cool and chilled on my morning as well. I think everyone was surprised.
You was.
But I'm glad, like you say, it could have gone, but it didn't.
Yeah, it did exactly that. And I think, you know, like when things were happening, people, you know, when you pause for a moment, is she going to flip out?
Everyone's like, oh, fuck, shit.
Yeah, so, but it wasn't, even before the hair and makeup arrived, Mitch had actually gone and got me this club sandwich from, that was another thing, rang reception. One day I just want room service, you know, to didn't answer the phone. I was like, it's my fucking wedding day.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah. So anyway, Mitch went and got it, me bless him. And I had this club sandwich, I had a squash in a champagne flute, and I was literally, for about 10 minutes, I was there on my own in this room. And I was, because Lexi, my daughter, had gone up to she was in her cousin's room and they were coming down to me in a second. So I was literally, for that 10 minutes or whatever, with my club sandwich, a champagne flute of squash, watching daytime telly. Like, I'm so sad, but I'm just so loving
I'm actually happy.
I'm so happy. I ate one triangle of the club sandwich. Everyone turned up. Didn't eat the rest of it.
It's nice to even just have 5 minutes.
Yeah, I did actually take a photo of me, like, on my own.
With people constantly.
Yeah, to get
and
that
you
moment.
end up being with people constantly.
Because when Mitch had obviously rang his sister saying, are you in the room? I was even like, I'd have been fine on my own.
Yeah,
I would have been well happy on my own. Yeah, I'm just fine. Everyone would have come like, you haven't done your hair, you've got no makeup on. I got my dress on. All right. Another thing, quickly, as we were leaving, as I was putting my dress on, obviously getting ready. So my sister-in-law's put my dress on. She's clipped the clip at the top.
Yeah.
And she's gone, how does that feel? I just didn't. I probably did understand the question, but I just acted at the wrong time. So she's gone, how do you feel? And I've gone, and literally it's gone,
oh no.
The clip's just gone. So the dress broke. Bear in mind, I was already late. So but I wasn't stressed.
You mean just the hook at the top before you do
the hook at the top? So that was added on an extra, wasn't it?
Yeah, because that keeps you in and keeps everything
exactly, because it was a strapless thing.
Yeah, because even before the clip and after the clip, it feels like you're in it more.
Yeah. It does. It just gives you that bit more security.
It's not completely broke the dress, but it's a big part of keeping
can you imagine? Literally, as we're she went, how do you feel?
Don't breathe out.
And just went, you could hear it. I heard it. She saw it.
Oh.
And again, that was a silent moment of how we're going to react. And we literally, I think we answered each other. It's fine. It's going to be fine.
It's fine.
And that was it. There was no
convincing
stress.
Yourself.
There was no fucking this, fucking that. Because it was my fault, to be fair. Why did I do that? I don't know. But I just needed to breathe.
Yeah.
And she was like, how do you feel? So I went, whew, and I just completely stretched the dress out. But the dress stayed up. It was fine. I mean, you can tell during the day it started to drop. Do you know what I mean? But that would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if I was a different like mental space?
Yeah.
Like I could have got my dress and throw it over the thing, because I wanted to tell the lady where I bought my dress. She said, how did the day go and this, that and the other. And I sent her pictures and I wanted to tell her about that happening, but I didn't want to message her and go, oh, my dress broke, because that would sound like I'm digging her out. And that is definitely not what I was doing. It was more actually how funny it was.
Yeah. It
was so funny how it was like, it might even be on video, I'm not sure, because there was a videographer in the room, of how it just went, done, how do you feel? Whoo, pop. It's fine. She literally zipped me up. Let's just go. We're fine. We're good.
Yeah.
We're all good. And I did get some of the moments, obviously, like my first look with my daughter. Her reaction was beautiful. My niece, my dad.
Your dad.
That got me.
Yeah.
That really got me.
Some tears there.
Yeah. I couldn't breathe before he even came in the door.
Yeah.
There was little things that happened, like my sister-in-law walked him into the room with his eyes closed, and instead of just walking past him and standing behind the top of it, she shut the door behind her. So we've had this moment, and then all of a sudden she's standing behind the door. why did I hide behind the door? I can't see anything. You know, like little things like that.
Give you a private moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually want to see
I
that.
can't see it, you know, and I can imagine her standing behind the door like, shit,
when can I come back in?
Yeah. The moments of, so all these, you know, like, which are quite big things really, especially for a bride: hair, makeup, my dress, my legs cut to bits, you know, like things like that really could have really ticked me off, to be fair. And I wasn't. I was so chilled. It was lovely. The ceremony was just perfect.
It looked lovely in the photos. It was so green. You're just surrounded by like.
Well, we was in the gardens. That's where I wanted to get married anyway. I knew it as soon as we were going to Gibraltar, and we just had the perfect weather. Obviously, it was spring, so the flowers and everything was just perfect. As I was walking across the bridge to then turn down the path aisle, you can hear. I was like, Dad, can you hear the frog? Where's the frog? Because I could just hear a frog. And I thought, imagine if a frog jumps out at me now. Can you imagine? My bouquet is going to go, whoop. You know,
you're going to fall.
Everyone's going to fall over because I'm running, like literally. So I don't even know if on the video you can see. I would. Yeah, you could see my legs going, Dad, can you see the frog? Can you see the frog? Where's the frog? Where's the frog? Because it was just so loud.
I thought you were going to say, I could hear the bird.
No, well, you can, but my concern was the frog because it was loud. And you know, when it's that loud, I thought, that's close. That's really close.
It's near me.
So all these little things that were happening. When I said about the bouquet, because obviously my time changed, they were like, come on. Then I was like, where's mine and Lexi's bouquet? And you can see their face change, like, shit, where the fuck's her bouquet? Sort of thing, you know? But again, I was like, so me and my dad sat on, it's called the bandstand, this little...
the circle thing with the roof.
Exactly that. So me and my dad and Lexi were sitting there just, it's coming. It's because they thought it was 4 o'clock, so obviously it's just a little bit, they were coming a little bit later, and I was like, they were thinking I'm going to like, where's this? Where's that? I was like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Like, me and my dad are just sitting there like, yeah, it's fine. Mitch's probably standing at the end like, fucking hell, Charlotte, hurry up.
Is she actually coming?
Yeah. The amount of times he rang when we was in the room to his sister saying, is she okay? Have we got the right music? Is it all ready? Is everything okay?
He's probably worried about you getting in that mood.
Exactly that. He was really panicky about just, am I okay? And I was like, I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. Like, I'm so fine. The ceremony was absolutely perfect. We then went to a restaurant, and the lounge in Gibraltar at Carmen smashed it. The room, we had our own room. And it was set up like, you know, like you
had like a C shape.
That was in our own room.
Yeah,
with our own room.
Yeah, because I saw the TV. It said just married on it. And
stuff. Honestly, they were absolutely fantastic. The food, my father-in-law officially, and my mum. I mean, they're quite hard people to impress, especially my mum. But they said it was the best meal they've ever had. I mean, that says something, doesn't it?
Wow.
I know. Yeah. And even then I couldn't eat. And you know, when you really want to eat, I made this menu. You know?
No, I think I was the same though at mine. Like, I got so many nice things that I was like, oh, after the wedding, there was a cocktail. We had really nice cocktails, and everyone kept telling me how lovely these cocktails were. And we had canapes, which I'd picked. Then we had like a 3-course meal. Then we had a girl that I worked with made me cupcakes, and we also had like desserts and stuff and a cake. I think I had 2 bites of steak, and that was it.
This was me.
I didn't even have one cocktail because they took me off to do my photos.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have a cocktail. It's like all these things I'm paying for, and I've like planned.
Yeah. And I really wanted to. I had plenty of time, I have to say. I had so much time. Yeah. Everything, I was controlling that time. Yeah.
It's just, you just weren't feeling it.
I just couldn't. I genuinely couldn't.
You can't make yourself because you gag.
No, exactly.
Whereas I can make myself eat.
Just eat.
Just do it.
I just,
you can't.
No, couldn't. But it was, don't get me wrong, I did taste bits and it was beautiful. Just generally the service, there was nothing that she couldn't do. She didn't look stressed. She just looked as chilled as I felt.
Yeah.
Like so
I love
nice.
when you have service like that, especially on like an important moment.
It makes the difference.
Yeah, it really does.
She smashed it. She really did.
Yeah.
And because the boys, so my dad did his speech there, and that was lovely again because it was just the 19 of us. I'd put my phone on a stand, and I have recorded it. But again, it's not very, because I didn't want to stand there with my phone like that at him.
No, of course.
So it was on a stand. So you can hear, obviously, bits and bobs going on because we are still in a restaurant, although we had our own room. But I have recorded it. So my dad did a speech. Beautiful. Again, he didn't want to do a speech. As much as my dad can act the showman, he was shitting himself.
I think when it's an emotional speech, whereas I'd imagine him to be fine at any other, like a birthday, whatever, but like it's his daughter's wedding.
I think my sister-in-law said to me, are you going to do it before we eat? Because I think, like, you know, you can see the nerves on them. So we did it before the food came out, and he didn't even write a speech, my dad. He didn't even write a speech. He just said it. And just spoke about, obviously, when I was younger, and then it ended with a song that we used to sing together. So that was really lovely.
Yeah.
And then the boys were Mitch's best men. So obviously the eldest, Mason, did his speech. Oh my God.
Really?
Oh my God, Bill.
Well, he was really emotional in the ceremony as well, which was lovely.
So the ceremony, he was absolutely sobbing. Me and Mitch laugh now looking at the pictures, because as we're going through them, all they are it's all his face is like where he's completely sobbing. It's not just he is.
I wouldn't have expected that from him. I knew it would have been emotional for him, because he is sensitive like that, and he grew up with you more than the other two, so it's like it is emotional for him as well. But I wouldn't have expected. But then I didn't think Liam would either. So obviously they have their moments.
Mason was sobbing when I was before.
So how was he in his speech then?
So he the same, very emotional.
Yeah.
So he sobbed when I come down the aisle, and Morgan was fine until the ceremony ended. When it ended, he came straight up to me, he hugged me, and he wouldn't let go of me, and he was sobbing, which is why he's got his sunglasses on every photo, because he just looked puffy and red, you know, like really coming out of, you can tell someone's been crying. That was my surprise more than anything.
Yeah.
Because my brother-in-law, Jack, he's just a big baby in situations like this. So emotional.
So you expected a little
so emotional. And Mason's very much the same. He's very emotional.
Yeah.
And he'll let it out. It's, you know, he ain't shy about it. Good for him. Morgan, not so much. No emotion from that boy. My goodness, that was the one that shocked me. My sister actually had to grab him off me and go, should we go for a walk just to calm me down? Because he just couldn't get, and this was after the ceremony.
Yeah.
So that was my biggest surprise, was Morgan actually, and his reaction. But some of the shots that we've got, that, because not that I'd asked anyone to not get their phone out. I just said, try and enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
That was it.
I've got a photographer, so...
Luckily, my brother-in-law caught some clips, and my mum as well, of their moments. There's moments where, before we've even walked down the aisle, Mason started to cry.
Yeah.
And you can see Mitch wiping his sweaty hands on his trousers. You can see Mason wiping his eyes and then tapping his brother on his back, like, it's all right, everything's all right, even though he's the one who's crying.
Yeah, fine, mate.
You're going to be all right. There's them moments that are my favourite.
Moments.
They're my favourite moments. Yeah. So then when it came to the speech, I'd been already told, my sister-in-law, had helped him out of just practicing. She'd been in his room till midnight the night before. She said he'd gone over it 4 times and cried every time.
Oh, bless.
So when it came to the actual speech, he started talking, then he got to certain moments like complimenting the bride or saying something about his dad. He put his glasses down. And there was pauses, and you could see, obviously, he's getting choked up, and everyone's like, come on, mate, you can do it. You got this, Mason.
Yeah.
And then he starts again. Oh. It was such a good speech. It was a very, very good speech. And then Morgan then stood up and did the toast to his mum and dad, obviously, bride and groom. And then we ate and spoke and laughed.
I think that's the lovely bit about having your kids at your wedding. Yeah. So obviously you had Mason young, and then pretty much from that moment you were like, whenever we do get married, together, we're going to do it after we've had all our kids. So you probably made that decision, you know, pretty soon after you had Mason. Like, whenever it is going to be, it's going to be once all the kids are here, because we've already got one, and it's not fair to have one and not have the others there. So you made that decision really early on.
Yeah.
But and obviously we did it the other way around, and we had the kids after, which is nice as well.
Anyway.
But
it's the tradition.
I think it's nice that they're there and they've done a speech and they've been involved, and
it is completely. They will remember it forever. You know, and that's it. You know, I can get it when people get married and they haven't got children. Obviously, that's what you do, isn't it? That's part of where their children come from at the end of the day. But because, again, we'd had children so young, like I said, I'd already said it from day one. I'm going to get married, we're doing it together. Yeah, it's about me and Mitch, but it's going to be that unit of us, you know.
Then all the kids have been there, and they can all talk about it. Not, I was there.
Exactly. And then after the meal, we went back to the hotel bar. Even that was lovely. All of us just sitting around, chatting, the kids playing, doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
We did get told once to chill the children, to calm the children down, but it was all right. There was the boys running around, you know what I mean? It's just normal. But it was so, even them moments, you know, were just just perfect. Like, couldn't have gone any better. There's a photo of us in because we hired like a 9-seater to go down in just to be more comfortable.
Yeah.
With all our stuff and the kids, and it's a long travel, and obviously going to Morrison's, stocking up. And there's a photo of us too, because the way Gibraltar is, it's a very hilly, walky place. You know, so I'd already prepared the parents because I was worried. They're older, you know, and it's hard enough for us going.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when I went. I didn't expect it to be. It's like basically on a cliff.
It is near. It really is. So going down to the restaurant, that we'd already said, Mitch is going to do the pick and drops because we know we're all going to be all right. Well, in the end, he did 2, and we all were getting in. So one of my favourite photos is of us,
you and Mitch
in the van. Seat, We literally look like travellers, to be fair.
Yeah, you do.
We did say, people probably thought we were travellers because the way that we actually looked, we probably did look like travellers. I mean, I do come from a traveller family, so my granddad was brought up by them, so a lot of traditions come from my bringing up from the traveller community anyway. But that's completely different. It was just the way we looked. I was like, if we'd said we were travellers, people would have believed
in your wedding dress with a seatbelt in a van.
But we loved it. We absolutely loved it. It really was the perfect day, I have to say. And now we are even more excited for July.
Yeah.
You know, because
you just get to celebrate with
more
people.
Just get to actually just celebrate, you know?
Without the pressures of the vows and the speech and everyone staring at you and all of that. That bit's done. Now you can literally just walk into having fun with everyone.
Exactly that. Of the part that everyone waits for, isn't it? Come on. Now, let's be real. It's the part when you have a whole day of that.
It's lovely, like,
you're all waiting for that bit.
To see that bit, especially for some people. Some people are there for the party.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Your closest do. They want to see
I think it's really nice how you've done it.
Yeah, I for us, it couldn't have gone any better. I'm just gutted it had to end. I've got, you know, like, and it didn't go quick. We was in the moment. We didn't get nervous like doing our vows. We didn't get like.
Did you do your own vows or did you copy?
No. There was a moment actually where the lady had obviously, the registrar had spoke to Mitch about certain things before I'd arrived, like checking I keep saying birth certificate, marriage certificate, and things like that. Mitch is dyslexic. So him checking wording on stuff is really not the right thing to be doing. So even he's panicking, thinking, do I spell my own name like that? He knows how to spell our name. But, you know, things
don't
like
ask me to check.
Yeah, like certain
Liam would be exactly the same. Don't get me to final check things.
So then she just said about taking his sunglasses off. And he said, I'm not taking my sunglasses off. Talks about the situation of his eye, the sun. He goes, I'm not going to be able to see if I don't have my sunglasses on. She's like, well, you're supposed to say your vows so I can see your eyes. And he was like, you won't see my eyes because they'll be closed. So, you know, so that was one thing. Obviously, he joked about you know, reading the marriage certificate. Then she'd asked about doing vows. He said, no, I'll just copy you. He says, I am just copying you, aren't I? You know, like word for word. So then when it came to doing the copying the vows or, you know, repeating after me thing, I felt like it was very slow. I felt like she was going, I can't remember what they are now, but I felt like it was like, I, do, take. And I was literally like this at one point. I was like, have you told her to go this slow? Like, you know, like, have you told her to be this, you know, word
I think there was one point that they'd said something and Liam couldn't remember it because they'd done like 5 or 6 words.
That was Mitch's concern.
Yeah. The good thing is when we went to do it and we were handing the paperwork in the day before, we got asked to go next door to be witnesses for other people. So we got to hear it.
Yes.
But yeah, it's quite, otherwise it's like, oh my God, what do we say? What do we say?
Well, that was another joke. So I'd already, where you'd said that about you was a bit more of aware of what you had to say. A few days before, Sean, my best friend, came round to obviously wish us good luck and and we were talking about it, and she got her video up from her vows.
Oh, so you heard it.
So I watched them, and then she showed Mitch. So Mitch had watched them, but I'd remembered how it had gone when she was telling me, and also I'd listened to the registrar by her telling me how it was going to go, that you say our vows, then I will pronounce your husband and wife, then we do the token of the ring. So we'd done the vows, we'd kissed each other, we'd hugged each other. She said your husband and wife, and Mitch is hugging me going, but where's my ring? That's all he was concerned about.
That's weird though. I thought the rings first.
No, so we did the vows.
Okay, fair enough.
Then she pronounced as husband and wife. Then we did the token of whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And it was just that. So we'd hugged, kissed, and literally in my ear
forgot something.
He literally went, but where's my ring? And I was like, it's coming, babe. It's coming. That's all Mitch wanted. The amount of times he got this ring out of the box.
Oh, well, you drove all the way to Gibraltar in one day and back again.
Yeah,
like,
Mitch, the thing is, Mitch has had this thing in his head for years. Since he was probably a kid. His dad has a wedding ring, obviously, and he's always said he loves that wedding ring and he wanted that wedding ring or he wanted something similar. So when he was looking for these wedding rings, it was very weird because the first shop in Gibraltar that he went in, he found the ring that was very similar but his own style. And he added some diamonds into it for us and the children. And then we'd gone to the jewellery quarter in Birmingham because that's where I'm used to getting my jewellery from. And he just couldn't find anything. So we went back to this first one. And it's very similar, again, his own style, on what he's always wanted. Yeah. So it was that's lovely. It was so much to him. Not only that, but the gold he'd actually used from his family's gold, he'd used part of that, what he'd sold or whatever, part of that ring. So it's very, very meaningful, you know, of that style of it. Yeah. And the amount of times I'd gone up to the room and caught him trying on his ring. Oh, just try it one more time. Let me just try it one more time. So obviously in the ceremony.
Just wait till tomorrow. You can wear it for the rest of your life.
He was like, can I wear it when we're driving down? I was like, well, no, because we're not married, babe. Just wait until we're married. We did the paperwork. Can I put it on now? No.
Liam can't wait to get his off. I don't even think he knows where his ring is.
So that was a funny bit again where you are now husband and wife. We're kissing and hugged and he went,
my ring. My ring.
And I knew he was going to say it. That's the thing. I just knew it was coming. So obviously when we got it out, there's actually a picture of me doing the vow, putting the ring on. Yeah. And you could just see his face like,
he's happy.
You know, because he's just so happy. So, yeah, what a wonderful, wonderful day. Lovely. Couldn't have gone any better. I am Mrs. Kayla and a wifey. Finally,
20 years later. Yeah. No, I'm very
And
happy.
Now just July to plan and celebrate.
Roll on July.
So, yeah, thank you to everybody for obviously messages. I've had gifts and cards and money already. I think obviously but I'm going to do July. I wasn't expecting anything anyway. Yeah. So anyone who has sent me things, because there's some things that's come from even Mitch's clients who I don't even know. Yeah. You know, and I just think it's so lovely of people that they've even remembered the day, let alone to actually go out and, you know, give you things. So, I've got my mini moon that was gifted to me by my in-laws, official in-laws, my mother and father-in-law and my sister and brother-in-law. So we're going to Amsterdam in the next couple of weeks for our mini moon. And we'd heard from Billy and Liam that Neo and Akon were performing in London because that's where you got tickets for. So I was like, oh, that's well good. They're the dates that we're in Amsterdam. Had a look. They were in Amsterdam, right? But I'd left it, hadn't read nothing about it, was getting married. Came back, because everyone was like, oh, you got the mini moon. I was like, oh, shit, yeah, we got the mini moon. Went on to look for tickets, and then I asked Liam, Mitch had asked Liam, because he goes, just ask, because we'll do it. So he'd ask about, see if he could get tickets. Anyway, they couldn't, and I'd booked them anyway. And then, I'm not on my phone much. I see my notification on my phone. I was like, you've been bizzed. So I was like, okay, went on. Been bizzed, like a bit of money. I was like, okay, what's this from? Went down. Billy, wedding gift for the concert tickets. So Billy and Liam have also gifted us concert tickets to go and see Akon and Neo in Amsterdam. Like, so I'm excited. I think when Mitch realised, I haven't even seen it, not for a concert, I haven't seen him so excited. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Even he went down to Mason like, I'm going to see Akon. And then when the kids realised who it is, because they do know their songs.
You know what I mean? They do, yeah.
They were like, oh my God. And Mitch's like, yeah, in Amsterdam. I don't know what Mitch expects you're going to be able to do just because we're in Amsterdam. Yeah. But yeah, we're really buzzing. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Because yeah, it's just lovely. So
lots to look forward to.
Really loads to look forward to. And do you know how I just feel, I don't know if it's the right thing, like I just feel so in love. Yeah. Like not just with Mitch, obviously, but with just everyone around me, like you and my sister-in-law and just everyone, you know, like that. Just that's
it has been nice to celebrate you guys and just like spread that love and just be.
That's what I feel like. I feel so in love with Mitch, obviously, but I just feel so
loved as well.
Yeah, and I love yous, you know. Yeah. So thank you because you've made a wifey happy.
We had loads of celebration over loads of time. So this year is your year.
Yeah.
So lots more to look forward to. So we'll keep you updated with how the concert goes and how your mini moon and July and everything. But that's Charlotte and Mitch's wedding story.
We will.
So hope you enjoyed and we'll catch you soon.
We will.
Bye.
Bye. Just to add, actually, because Liam can clip this in so anywhere he wants. We haven't mentioned Phil's little foot injury, people. There's a whole full-on bandage on her foot there.
After walking, not even running.
She's giving it out to everyone that she's eating healthy. Yeah, she's drinking these things.
Had 2 really good days.
She's very active in walking.
Yeah, don't do it, guys. It's not worth it.
We're having a sofa day today.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth exercising. Don't recommend it.
We didn't catch this one on video though, unfortunately. So.
No. Bye.
Yeah.